Yeah, hi everyone. Day 99 here at Industrial Fabrication Company. It'll be the last day of the week. Don't have too much going on tomorrow, so we're just going to extend our holiday weekend. It's just going to be great for everyone. It was a good day. We, ran some experiments on different things and made some progress, learned some things. And got a quote out the door. So there's not too much else you can ask for there. One overman was working on the laser welder. He was working on, this is really thin 26 gauge sheet metal. I was testing that for one of our main customers has a piece of really thin metal that we end up welding. It's always a pain, and thinking that the laser welder could really help us there, and so I was testing that out, and then did that on some other material here, and just really happy with the quality and speed and ease. Kind of a win-win-win across the board there on those. And we did more powder coating today. We again ended up with some really good results, and experimenting with what variables matter, what's causing us problems, and what's working. Ultimately we're realizing that we had a bad air regulator, and that was really hurting our quality and consistency, and that hurt our ability to really know what variables. So we were able to sort of fix that, but then it still wasn't perfect, so we'll have that ready for next week. But learning if different cleaners make a difference. Does having it hot and preheated before we powder coat and then putting it back in the oven versus doing it cold, do those make a difference? It seems like there might be some, but with the changes in airflow, we aren't for sure, so we'll want to repeat some of those tests. Some things we did learn, for sure it needs to be cleaned to some extent. It really didn't work when we did that. We got the replacement plungers in for the ones that were bad quality. Those are all ready to go. We're prepped for a little bit of field work. We're going to help out for a customer that's close by, that we're going to help them with next week, and we're all ready to go on that. We got a quote out the door for some railings, which might actually be another good use case for the laser welder. So hoping we get that job and that we can use that as a good kind of paid learning experience for us. And I guess I didn't talk about it yesterday. It was kind of rushed. We've had some good discussion for our benders. Right now, here's one that's kind of deconstructed. But right now we have these here, and the purpose of those is to hold the plunger in place when you're not using it. But as we've now been selling more full sets, so that's for 5 plungers and 4 other plungers, and an additional set of wheels, a wheel being like this, or rollers, we're realizing that, right now we don't even have the storage on there to be able to house all those things. What would it look like to add enough so that we could do that? And as we've been looking into doing that, it gets then really cluttered, and there's a lot on there, and then it would be over 100 pounds if you were trying to lift that on its own, which is then probably too heavy. And because those don't hold them on solid, they're just kind of for side to side, but up and down wouldn't have it. It's not going to hold them very well. Trying to think, okay, what could we do that would be better for the customer? And our thought is, if someone buys a full set from us, that we could actually have like a hard plastic case with foam cutouts that would have everything in there, and then the bender, that would ship alongside the bender, so they would have a place for everything that they've purchased from us to go and be protected, and together, and to have that. So looking into that, what options available, what configurations make sense, and then what's on the market for that, what would that cost be, to make sure we're being conscious of that. And then taking that to the extreme of what if we had a case to hold the whole bender itself, and what that could look like. So reached out to some customers who we know have purchased multiple, have used full sets, that sort of thing, to get some feedback on what we could do there. because where we're leaning right now, based on what we understand the customer would want, or what we would want as our own selves, we could actually get rid of these altogether, because most people are either just buying the standard with the P1, or they're buying a full set. There's not a lot of in between, and so if we can provide the best possible solution for both, while not providing more than what people need when they don't need it. So yeah, they've been working on that. And yeah, I guess kind of jumping back around, we were testing out the new powder coating booth today, and it was great. It was actually a little too good, so I had to tone it down a little bit, but we did learn that we do need to get better filtration into. Right now we were able to have too much airflow sucking it through, and it was shooting out the other end. So still work to be done there, but really happy with how things are improving on that, and just getting a little bit better every day. Yeah, I think that's all. Signing off for now.